Hey everybody, Josh your RV Nerd with Bish's RV, taking a look at the new 26 RLX North Trail. This is kind of their entry into something in the rough floor plan family is like a 2500 Imagine, a 25 RDS Cougar, and they all got their own little different way of doing it. And I'm not saying it's like head-to-head comparable or it's better or anything like that. That's actually up to you folks to decide. What I'm going to do is show you the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between with this floor plan. It's got some really cool points. It's also got a couple things that make you go, so let's dive in. What are we looking at here? Well, they are using Asdel on these, which is cool, and they're using that in a 2-inch sidewall, which very few travel trailer builders actually do. Interestingly, several of them claim that and don't actually use true 2-inch sidewalls, which is kind of baffling. You can tell by the door jamb, by the way, how thick it is. Speaking of thick, this thing has a thick bed base. They actually use a laminated bed deck, which provides a real clean thermal barrier from inside out because you have a massive storage compartment under the headboard area of the bed on this one. Maybe one of the biggest I've ever seen in travel trailers. Now, the total maximum weight with max cargo and tanks and everything tops out about 7,800 pounds. With the length and the wide stance axles, it's in that upper range of what a lot of tow package half tons are going to handle comfortably in most situations. If you're in heavy cross breeze country, you may not regret having a bigger truck, but I don't know that you'll need to do that. I'd love some feedback on owners that do like tow through wind country right there. How would something like this handle, do you think? Now, they've done a couple interesting things with their solar prep. I'm still kind of looking for some input on that. They have a plywood floor and a carpetless slide, which is kind of cool. And I tell you what, man, if you are nearsighted, you are going to love the Jumbotron television in the living room of this one. So let me know what you like and dislike. I'll do the same from my point of view. Let's compare notes and let's see how things add up. And if you appreciate the kind of mutual comparison information there, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Now, starting from the view of the theater seat. So this is you in the driver's seat of the RV. I was not joking about this redonkulously sized television. If you are nearsighted, if you're farsighted, if you're Mars-sighted, you're going to be able to see that thing, I think, without the aid of corrected vision. I can't confirm that, but maybe. Now, this I thought was kind of cool. Cougar is very good about putting a fireplace down there. Imagine prefers to maximize the storage. There's benefits both ways. They kind of split the difference, and I sort of like that. Also, did you notice some great campside window coverage? And obviously, as we pan around this thing, wrap it around the backside here, there is some fantastic rear wall windows as well. Kind of reminds me of camping with my my brother and my grandmother. He could get himself in trouble, and she could wrap a switch around his backside in 2 seconds flat. Now, the DINETTE over here, so they like to reuse and standardize components. Rather than come up with a custom one-off 8-foot king dinette, they added this handy little, what would you use this for? It's obviously, it's open-face storage pocket, but what would it be, a shoe garage? How would you utilize that? Now, looking at the DINETTE, one of the cool things they have here is their, I don't remember what they call it, switch it up decor system or something like that. Now, here's some sample footage from a different North Trail, but to give you the idea of, the space and like the way that you can change the decor or pattern of the seating on this without actually changing the RV itself. Now, in that sample footage, you may have noticed how I climbed in there and demonstrated the storage space all the way around. This RV does not have full storage under the entire thing because they did need to use some space to occupy things like heat vents, some electrical work, some things down there. But generally speaking, you get the idea. You can change the decor up however you want to. I will tell you though, those leg posts on this, they are not long leg person friendly. Now, we are not in fisheye camera lens mode. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We're just in flat lens mode because this, I want to point out, like, you see how it looks like there's a gap at the top of those cabinets. That's actually like a little padded piece of trim. And this RV does have a vaulted ceiling up here. I also really like the symmetry of the light fixtures up top. I don't know why. Symmetry always looks good to me. Now, last year they had a very light and bright wood tone on all their fascia. they just kind of toned it down a little bit. They tweaked the color palette of their furniture. Like last year, the only sofa color they offered was basically jet black. You might notice that they've softened everything up into a little bit more of a gray tone instead of just a straight pure hard black or anything like that. Like, I get that there's no breeze window over here on the right side, but still the slide wall is against an exterior. I don't know. I'd kind of still like a light there, but this also gives us the opportunity to maybe decorate that wall. Is there like some kind of little picture decoration you'd hang up there? What do you think about that idea? Now, the theater seat over here, giving you a look at a couple different functions of that thing. What's nice is it reclines and it can lay back a little bit further, but it's a wall hugger, so you don't have to wrestle and fight the thing. Plus there's that little storage pocket in there. Not to mention blackout roller shades all the way around this, which is very cool. Now down below that, you may have noticed that's a carpetless slide. It does kind of look like carpet on camera. It's not. It's a marine woven floor. And you may have noticed no floor vents. They are very good about making this easy cleaning, and that is a plywood floor deck again, so that you're not going to worry about potentially developing soft spots or anything like that on here. Now, we're going to get a look at the kitchen in just a minute, all opened up. For now, one of the things I wanted to point out, a lot of laminated RVs will stuff their power outlets under the overhead cabinets because it's hard to run power outlets in a laminated wall. Well, couple cool things. First of all, notice since the stovetop is not smashed up against the refrigerator, you basically have a full wall backsplash. Although grease does still splatter sideways. The RV engineers don't seem to understand grease physics, but neither here nor there. But this wall over here is not laminated. The wall that's shared with the bathroom on the left, well, that is hollow, so they can easily run outlets there. And look at the depth of the countertop. That, you've got a destination appliance station going on behind this thing. Big farm sink right there. And, pardon me, literally choking on thin air. Does not have a dedicated command center, but this isn't like a technologically advanced kind of camper. It's got power awning, slides, a couple lights. It's just simple, straightforward, just camping, man. Now, I'm basically taking a Tim Tebow knee over here on the dinette, but this is a good example of what if you want to watch TV over here, or what if you're stuck inside on a rainy day and we're all watching a movie together? You can split the difference on that TV and pivot that sucker around to have some good, easy viewing. Now, again, not full storage below that dinette. There is good storage above the dinette, but you're gonna have to head bobble juggle it a little bit, unfortunately. Wrapping our way around over here into the kitchen, 12-volt DC compressor fridge, one of those nearly 11 cubic foot varieties, standard on these. Now, for park camping, awesome. If you're going to go off-grid boondock camping, you are probably going to want to, add some solar to this of some variety. Or ask us. We can do it. We can do just about any solar package you want. A lot of people don't realize, even if an RV is not solar prepped, for 50 years, RVs weren't solar prepped, but we can do it. It's been done for years. That's why we have technicians. That's why we can do all that kind of stuff on a custom basis if need be. If a little 100, 200 kind of service package wouldn't get the job done for you, we could go all kinds of ham on that sucker. And if you're a little bit older, you might want to look that up on Urban Dictionary. And actually, if I want to keep my job, you probably might not want to. Now, the bathroom's not tight. It's not really small, but everything is kind of pointed in a fashion that's difficult for me to fully capture in flat angle view here. So I'm going to give you kind of a quick once over, and then we are going to flip to, crazy fly eye wide angle telescopic view right here, just so you can kind of see how the knee bone connects to the leg bone. And I don't do this a lot because I don't feel that it's very representative of how the RV actually looks. But I want you to kind of get an idea for everything here. Now you've got that kind of open pocket linen storage there to the left of the shower. The vaulted ceiling and the skylight definitely allow me to stand in that very easily. But the overall elbow room is, well, obviously it's karate chop friendly. I mean, I don't know what bigger endorsement you could ever want beyond that right there. Now, again, we're in kind of a skewed view here, so take a look at the left side of the screen, and you can see what kind of legroom I actually have. I was kind of playing footsie with the shower base a little bit, and at first I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. Not the footsie. Never mind. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm such an idiot. My point here is that overall, I felt the space in here was actually pretty decent, and I had adequate, solid legroom around that shower. Now, just like we did in that bathroom there, I'm going to give you two looks at this bedroom. First in flat angle view, so you can see it is a tight bedroom because they put a big 72 by 80 king bed in here. The bed eats the entire room. But before we're done here, before you like go, oh crap, that's a deal breaker too now. Hold on just a second. I will describe for you real quick and easy how you can change this into a queen without really modifying the RV. Oh, by the way, if I look over here, you can also see TV hookups on the wall across from the bed. And now everything looks amazing, but also, again, not exactly representative of everything. One thing I do want to point out is, even here in the bedroom, all the windows have those blackout roller shades. And I know sometimes fisheye mode makes everybody motion sick. I'm trying to go very slow here to kind of minimize that feel and affect that sort of, you know, seasickness kind of thing going on. Now, first of all, let's start cracking open some storage. Taking a look at everything there, starting with this little side cabinet, again, back in regular view. The overhead cabinet actually passes all the way through, which is cool. But one of the things that I find very interesting about that is they put that kind of like dead pocket sort of shelf thing in the middle of it right there. And I don't really like, I don't really like that. Like this thing up here above me, where is it at? There it is, I'm sorry. That just, okay, so maybe I could decorate it a little bit, but it's not deep enough to really store anything, and being open face, stuff would kind of fall out. Now, this is gonna suck. I have demonstrated this before. This is a bit of a headbanger bedroom, so again, I'm laying down here at a normal human level, as it were. Never been described much as a normal human, but these are bright anyway, but you can reach them, which is nice. Now, I just sit up, bang, right there. I thought about going after it, but frankly, I do my own stunts enough. I got about half a brain damage at this point. The good news is, I only had about half a brain to give up in the first place. And I almost forgot. I mentioned that it's easy to turn this king into a queen, and it doesn't require any sort of surgery or chemical alterations or hormones or anything like that. What I'm getting at is, if you notice this bed deck right here, well, that matches the mattress above, so you don't like slump off the side of it or something like that. But notice how the bed base isn't quite as wide. This is still queen sized. So if you want to turn this RV into a true queen bed, all you have to do is shave a little bit of wood off this platform here, and it requires no other modifications. So they don't offer a factory queen, but that takes a little bit of no doing to make that happen. Now, the bedroom and bathroom we were just at, with the slide closed, well, you can't get through there, obviously, unless you're Mr. Fantastic, Stretch Armstrong, something like that. Or Ant-Man, you know, Scott Lang. Hank Pym. Anyway, if you're going down the road, you can stop, you can use the dinette where I'm basically standing right now. You can see that you can get to the kitchen, the fridge, like you are travel snack stop friendly, but bathroom, bedroom, stay over type friendliness, you can't do that. Now, if the RV is just in storage and you want to like get up to the bedroom, or you're like, I gotta use the bathroom, I don't care where we park, and you park in the middle of a parking lot or something. One of the things here is this is a cable-driven slide. And I don't know if you've seen my video where I showcase the benefits and drawbacks of different type of slide systems. But one of the benefits of cable-driven slides is that you could open them partially and then walk around it and like not screw them up. Cable slides, rack and pinion slides, you can do that. Schwintek slides, you really aren't supposed to. So you could get through there, but not without pushing buttons, which is what I do to my wife. Now, maybe I just forgot to turn them on last year. Maybe I don't remember. I do sometimes suffer from Halfheimers. This nose cap, it's got that sort of groove, that double groove on the front climbing up. I don't remember nose cap lighting on these last year. Am I just like having a brain fade moment, which is very entirely possible. Anyway, once again, let's talk towing a little bit. What's it going to take to haul this thing around? With the weight, with the wide stance axles, I think a lot of late model tow package half tons would be okay in modest towing scenarios. If you're going to go through heavy wind country, hills and valleys and mountains, it might throw a little bit of extra demand at your vehicle. Again, anyone with a similarly sized camper towing with a half ton, I would love it if you chimed into the comment section and left some feedback, not just for myself, but also for the benefit of the other potential owners who might be out there with, a lot of money on the line. Magnet holdbacks, slam latches, and that gigantic King Kong size storage compartment up here. I mean, look at this. You can fit 4 or 5 bodies up in this thing. And again, that is a laminated bed deck up there, so you have really clean, easy thermal consistency. Now on the opposite side, up in that top corner on the right, you see a little black box. This is prepped for a TPMS system. And speaking of prep, they did a thing. I don't know if I like the thing. I don't know if I dislike it though. They are solar ready. It does not have a solar panel on it, which is, I've never seen a manufacturer do that. So you see they actually ran the charge controller. Now if we look up top on that nose, you'll actually see that there is the roof solar prep plug. That is how these are coming from the factory. What do you think about that? Like, would you rather do something like that and build your own solar package? Would you rather just have it done from the factory? And if so, if from the factory, what is, you feel, the correct amount of solar? I'd love it if you folks could provide some feedback like that on here. Now, if you notice there's a chunk of dead blank wall space in front of that awning arm over here, I do kind of wish they would have extended the awning out a little bit. It feels like that's maybe a missed opportunity. Not maybe, that's a missed opportunity. Let's just call a spade a spade. Power stabilizer jacks, enclosed forced air heated belly. And that should give you, basically, unless the snowflakes are flying, this thing should be able to stay pretty darn comfortable. Now, if you've got the RV winterized and you're chug-a-lugging that furnace, generally speaking, as long as you're wearing slippers, your cabin temperatures should stay pretty consistent as well. Now, a little point of consideration here. The furnace on the door side of the RV is not my favorite, but also not too big of a deal. One a little more important to think about is your water heater exhaust, because even in the hot summertime when you're not running the furnace, you're probably still running that water heater. So having it over here under the awning in your patio space, you're gonna want to kind of take account for that so you don't lean against it and brand yourself or anything like that. Wide track stability system right there. What that's going to do for us is it's going to cheat the wheelbase, as I like to say. It will make the RV feel like it's shorter than it actually is while you're towing it. That is one of those potential things that does help something, because it's got decent size, like the 26 model number. I'm shooting from the hip. I'm willing to bet this is probably 30, 31 feet, and I don't have the specs in front of me as I say that, but I think I've flashed them on screen a couple times now. Now, in the front compartment, in that King Kong size storage thing that they like to talk about, there was a big cardboard box. Well, that is a bumper mount grill that will go on, you guessed it, the bumper mount. Crazy, I know. Now, they've had a laminated walkable roof, but they didn't give you a way to get to it. They do at least now include that little prep bracket up there for one of those handy telescopic removable ladders. Now, thankfully, you've got that gigantic front storage compartment with plenty of room to keep that sucker stowed away. So you let me know, where did they nail it? Where did they fail it? Leave me a little comment. Let me know your most and least favorite aspects of this RV. Also, in the meantime, I'll leave you some links in the description where you can check on a couple other brands who make some similar floor plans. Also a link to see where we might have one of these parked, what we're asking on a given day, provided we have one in stock. I can only reference what we have on our website. I'm not in sales. I don't have pricing files. My apologies. Until next time, though, hit that subscribe button. Love to see you again. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.